Day 9. These days are clicking by. It's just going too fast. This has been a blast. So definitely next year do at this point. What do we got? Ha. Dave C., you really outdone yourself, dude. Booker's Rye. So Dave C. is one of the first guys I met in craft beer down here, aside from Taylor, who we had on the show when we were doing the podcast. But Dave was one of the first guys I met. And honestly, we lived a few miles apart in Bradenton at the time. So we just shared beers all the time, hung out a ton. And, I just love the guy. I mean, honestly, he's just so giving. And it shows here, like Booker's Rye, really. I mean, come on, like this is honestly like something that sat on shelves forever when it came out in 2016, I think, somewhere back there. And people kicking themselves now for just not buying up all they could mainly because there's a huge secondary value on it now, but also because it's great from what I understand. So I've not had it. So I'm just ready to get into this. Let's just go. Let's see if it does it here. It came off. Look at that. See? Finishing up. Come on. These bullets know what's going on. So like I said at the top, 2016 release. There was 13-year-old rye coming out of the Beam, Jim Beam, of course. And the proof on this is 136.2. The thing I'm going to remember about that, in all honesty, is folks saying that there's no way it drank like that. So let's actually find out about that, to be really honest with you. Let's get into the nosing. Yeah, on first sniff, no, not 136.2 proof. And frankly, I'm not sure I'd put it much above 100. Just off that first sip, there's a little bit of a bite there, but honestly, it comes across as more of a pepper, white pepper. I always hate that dichotomy because black pepper is so clear, but then when it's not, it's got to be white pepper, right? It's classic rye. And still, despite the pepper and the rye being there, there's a beautiful underlying oak. It's not sweet. It's not old and funky. Maybe a little funky. I can't wait to get into the tasting on this one, so let's just jump right in. It doesn't even drink near 136 proof. Not a chance. You could not make me believe there's 136 proof. If you'd put that down in front of me as a first pour of the day, maybe you could tell me it's higher. Maybe you sold me on 115, 120. It even drinks possibly down the 110 range. A lot of rice spice. Touch of sweetness up front, just classic vanilla, maybe caramelish. Take a second sip. Oh, there's a beautiful late heat to this. When I say heat, it feels like it's a combination of possibly alcohol, which tells me it's present finally. But it finishes sweeter, caramelier. Classic rice spice mid palate and back. Decent hug. Nice hug. For 136, it could really just have grabbed you and just squoze you. I don't know if squoze is a word, but we'll go with it. And it doesn't. Last sip, last impression. What a beautiful, beautiful rye. I mean, I can see why this was celebrated and now has the value that it does in terms of secondary people. It's quintessential, in my opinion. It is ridiculously good. And I shudder to say that because, I mean, there's a ton of great ryes out there. But as just a straightforward, we're not going to throw any additional barrel finishing at it. We're not going to do anything funky. This was just well executed, well done. Well done, Bookers. So this would clearly be, and it's going to do this for me today making this video. This would clearly be one that I would sit down, have a pour, and make a memory. Because no matter what you're doing, when you have this one, it's going to be memorable. So I thank you, Dave C., and cheers, everyone. We'll see you tomorrow.